Hi, and welcome to the 7-Day E-Coach 7 Days and 7 Simple Steps that you can follow to achieve massive success in your life. Let's get started right away with day number 1, which is all about defining a definite major purpose for your life, or what we might refer to as a DMP throughout this course, definite major purpose. If you look around at any successful person, either now or anytime throughout history, you will find they all share a common bond, and that is they all had a definite major purpose driving the actions in their lives. Some of them were quite conscious of their major purpose, while others were unconscious of it, but they all had one. They had this DMP, this driving force that allowed them to achieve the success in their life. The question we want to ask you today, on the very first day of this program, is, what is your major purpose? What is the driving force in your life that's going to direct and guide you through all the obstacles and all the hurdles that you're inevitably going to meet along the way to help you reach the levels of success you want? Do you know what your driving force is? Do you know your DMP? If you're like most people in this world, you probably don't yet, and that's exactly why day 1 in this course exists. It exists to help you define a definite major purpose. What are some characteristics of a DMP to get your mind in motion here and to get you thinking about your own personal DMP? The first thing you want to consider is that a good definite major purpose, a defined purpose, is something that makes you come alive. It's something that makes you feel excited and passionate. When you envision yourself participating in an action that is your purpose or your DMP, you feel inspired. You want to do more of it. In fact, you would do it whether you were paid to do it or whether you weren't paid. The key thing is that it's important to you, and it doesn't really matter what anyone else thinks about this purpose. As long as it drives you, you're on the right track. That's how you begin thinking about a DMP. Earlier I mentioned if you look around, most people don't have a definite major purpose defined for their life. And why is that? The reason is that very few people in our world ever take a few minutes, just a few minutes, out of a single day to figure out what is it they actually want with their lives. They don't know what they want. In fact, most of us have been conditioned from such an early age to never even ask what we want that we never even considered we can get what we want. That's the entire purpose behind defining a definite major purpose for your life, is to get you to tap into your wants, to your passions, and to your desires so you can begin living your life and directing your life along that path. A lot of people just assume they can't get paid. They can't make a living doing something they're passionate about, doing something that they love. Most people feel stuck in the job they're currently in, and they really hate it. They don't enjoy doing it at all. Their underlying belief is you simply can't get paid to do what you love. That's a pie-in-the-sky kind of mentality. When you tap into your DMP, you start putting the forces in motion to make this actually become a reality, to change your beliefs and start looking at your passions as a real opportunity, not just for something you do as a hobby, but to make an income with. When you ask yourself that question, ultimately what you're asking is, what's my purpose for being here? What's my ultimate purpose for being alive? Why am I on this earth? That's a deep question. Not a lot of people want to go there. But when you do go there, you start unlocking real ideas, real passions, and a real inspiration to do something big with your life. Obviously, this is not going to be an easy question to answer. Give yourself time. Don't get frustrated or upset if you start asking yourself these type of deep questions and you can't come up with an answer. Realize that it's a process. It's going to take time. Just allow yourself to get excited about it. Excited about exploring what you could potentially be doing with your life, what your potential passions and interests are. As you start asking all those questions, more and more answers will come into your mind. Having said all of that, we've now talked about the importance of a DMP. We want to get you to create one for your life. Now, let's talk about the 4 simple exercises you can perform this week to get you to define your definite major purpose. Okay, so for exercise 1, write down all of the passions in your life. Don't worry about categories or prioritizing them. Just write down, what are you passionate about? Think about hobbies, charitable things you do, things that you enjoy at your job. I want you to write any kind of passion that makes you come alive, that makes you feel excited. If it makes you smile or makes you giddy or lights a fire inside you, or you're just passionate about it, no matter what it is, write it down and get it on your list. For each passion that you wrote, for exercise number 2, I want you to sit down for just a few minutes and visualize yourself participating in that particular activity. How do you feel about the experience? I want you to gauge that experience on a scale of 1 to 10. How passionately do you really feel about it? How alive do you come when you think about participating in whatever that passion activity is? How excited do you get when you see yourself or feel yourself in that experience? Write down the number for each passion that you wrote in exercise number 1. Now let's talk about exercise number 3. For any passion that you listed as a 5 or above in the previous exercise, I want you to ask yourself, what's the biggest and most exciting way that you can express this passion? If you're struggling to come up with something and you need a hint, I want you to look around at other people who are a master at their craft, people who just love what they do and are world class at it. Look at them for some inspiration. For exercise number 4, I want you to make a list of your wants, 20 wants that you have in your life. It doesn't matter how you categorize them, but the idea here is to tap into what you want out of life. Maybe you've just been stuck on what you do or what you have to do. Now it's time to think about what you want to do. Write down your list of 20 right now. Once you've completed all 4 exercises, you've tapped your mind for all aspects of your life regarding your definite major purpose. At some point when you complete it, I want you to write out a statement saying, my definite major purpose in life is, and then simply complete the sentence once you're done with all 4 exercises. Once you've done that, you're ready to move on to day 2, and we'll see you then.